Be me, 31-year-old feminist woman noticing disturbing pattern in dating life. Always been outspoken about women's rights and gender equality issues. Passionate about fighting patriarchy and educating men about their privilege. Used to attract decent men who seemed interested in dating me. Lately, notice quality guys avoiding me completely in social situations. Successful employed men with good careers don't approach me anymore. Kind, respectful guys steer clear of conversations with me at events. Men who seem like good husband material stay far away. Should feel empowered by my strong feminist stance and beliefs. Instead, feel confused and isolated in dating market completely. Start investigating why good men seem to avoid me now. First notice pattern at friend's dinner party last month. Several single professional men attending who seem like quality guys. Engineer with stable career, lawyer who's well respected, teacher, everyone likes. All three men friendly and social with everyone at party. Notice they engage in long conversations with other women there. When I join conversations, they become polite but brief with responses. Conversation turns to politics, and I see my opening immediately. Lean in and say that's exactly the problem with this system. Normally, men would perk up and engage in debate with me. Instead, there's weird silence and men glance at each other. Engineer clears throat and says, "Anyway, did anyone see that game?" Everyone laughs relieved and conversation shifts away from me completely. Try again later, bringing up workplace gender discrimination statistics. Same pattern, polite nods, then immediate topic change to something safe. Watch them continue engaging conversations with other women after avoiding me. Clearly avoiding deeper interaction with me, specifically at this party. Dating apps reveal even more obvious avoidance pattern from quality men. Profile clearly states feminist values and commitment to social justice. Photos from women's marches and activism events I've attended over years. Bio mentions passion for dismantling patriarchy and fighting gender inequality. Get matches, but notice pattern in types of men responding. Guys with unstable jobs, no clear direction, living with parents still. Quality men with good careers and stability never match with me. When they do match accidentally, conversation dies quickly after reading bio. Mention feminism in conversation, and they stop responding immediately afterward. One guy honest enough to explain before unmatching from app. Types out. You seem great but looking for someone less politically intense. Feel angry reading that, but also confused about what he means. Work networking event shows same avoidance pattern from professional men. Male colleagues friendly, but keep distance from me at events. Try joining group discussion about industry trends and developments happening. Contribute perspective about gender discrimination in our field consistently. Notice how men in conversation start checking phones and making excuses. Eventually, they disperse to other conversations around the room, leaving me. Female colleague pulls me aside, says might want to tone down rhetoric. Guys seem uncomfortable when every conversation becomes about gender politics. Quality men don't want to be lectured at networking events, she explains. They want professional connections, not political education from strangers. Walk away angry, but can't shake, feeling that she might be right. Jim shows similar pattern with men who work out there regularly. Notice they chat casually with other women between workout sets. When I try making conversation, they're polite, but it never develops. Mention article about toxic masculinity and fitness culture during chat. Guy says, "Yeah, haven't really thought about that," then returns to workout. Watch him have lengthy conversation with woman next to me minutes later. Clearly not avoiding women in general, just avoiding me specifically here. Pattern becoming impossible to ignore across all social contexts now. Friend's wedding reception reveals uncomfortable social dynamics clearly. Several groomsmen who are single and seem like quality catches. All have stable careers, own homes, seem emotionally mature and kind. Notice they skip past me during social mingling without stopping to chat. When forced to interact during group conversations, they're cordial but brief. One groomsman I corner near bar trying to get real conversation, bring up marriage equality and feminist perspectives on traditional weddings. He listens politely while finishing drink, then excuses himself quickly. Says he needs to congratulate groom, but I see him talking to bridesmaid. Standing there for next 20 minutes clearly wasn't urgent after all. Overhear him whisper to friend, dude, don't engage, just keep walking. Feel sick realizing they're actively warning each other to avoid me. Brother finally gives honest feedback during family gathering about situation. Pull him aside and ask why he thinks men avoiding me lately. He sighs like he's been waiting for me to ask this question. Says guys talk about women like me in their group chats warning each other. Feminist who makes every conversation political is exhausting to date. Quote, describes how men share information about which women to avoid engaging with. She seems cool, but every topic becomes gender politics lecture, he explains. Can't have normal conversation without being told about male privilege constantly. Tells me I've developed reputation among quality men in social circles. They're sharing information warning others to avoid engaging with me deeply. My feminist communication style creating professional and social barriers now. Not just dating, but friendships and professional networking all affected. Quality men see my name and already know to keep things surface level. Decide to confront this directly at next social gathering with friends. Friend hosting dinner party with mix of people from different social circles. Several single men attending who seem like exactly type I want. Successful professionals, emotionally intelligent, good conversationalists with others. Watch them interact warmly with everyone, except me, throughout evening. When conversations turn to anything substantial, they shift away if I'm involved, finally can't take it anymore, and call it out directly in front of everyone. Ask why men won't engage in real conversation with me anymore. Uncomfortable silence falls over table for what feels like eternity. One of the men finally speaks up, and his calm tone scares me. Says honestly because it's exhausting and risky to argue with you. Every single thing turns into fight about gender politics and patriarchy. If we slip up suddenly, we're sexist, or worse, he continues. Guys get burned for saying wrong thing. Someone posts clip online. Guy's reputation gone, his job. Gone, his whole life destroyed over mistake. So what's the point? He asks we'd rather keep our mouths shut. Easier and safer that way for everyone involved, he explains. Feel my face getting hot as I snap back. That's just cowardice. You're just afraid of being wrong and can't handle strong women. He doesn't even flinch, doesn't raise voice, just shakes head calmly. Says, no, we're just done. There's a difference between fear and being done. Whole room sits in uncomfortable silence after that exchange happens. Nobody looks at me, not even my close friends who invited me. Realization hits that I didn't lose this argument because argument never started. They already decided I wasn't worth the risk of engaging with fully. Leave party early with face burning and chest tight with panic. Everyone avoided my eyes on way out. Even the women looked away. Man's words keep ringing in my ears. We're just done over and over. Uber ride home feels endless staring out at city lights passing by. Keep replaying how men at that table shared those silent glances. Like they were in on secret that everyone knew except me. How his voice didn't waver when he said it with no malice or gloating. Just final like door closing, that won't open again no matter what. Get home and boyfriend on couch scrolling, phone like nothing matters. Kick off heels too hard. Drop bag loud enough to be heard clearly. Waiting for him to look up and ask how my night was. He doesn't even glance up from his phone screen at all. Start picking fight about something small, bathroom light left on again. Normally, this would spark our usual back and forth argument pattern. Tonight, he just glances up, shrugs, and says, "You're right, babe." Then goes back to phone like conversation already over and done. Snap again sharper this time about shelf he hasn't fixed in 3 weeks. Another shrug with, "I'll get to it," response without looking up. Feel chest tightening like throwing punches into fog. No resistance anywhere. Finally lose it and yell, "Why don't you fight me anymore?" My voice cracks asking, "Don't you care? Don't you love me?" He puts phone down slowly and looks at me for real this time. Asks what happened tonight, because clearly something did to upset me. Tell him about dinner party, about what that man said about being done. Ask if that's what this is. Are you scared of being called sexist too? He rubs face with both hands, sits in silence for a long moment, then says quietly, "That guy's not wrong about situation we're in." Freeze as he continues explaining. "It's not just the arguing with you, it's everything around it. The risks, the consequences, the exhaustion. Guys would rather spend time with each other now, with other men." Ken joke, "Debate be blunt without wondering if we'll get labeled for it. It's easy and safe with them." He explains while I feel sick, shake my head, refusing to believe what I'm hearing from him. "So, what you'd rather be with your buddies than your girlfriend?" He doesn't flinch, just says sometimes, "Yeah, honestly that's true. Because with them, I don't feel like I'm on trial all the time. Don't have to measure every word, don't have to worry constantly. That one slip will follow me forever and destroy everything." Stomach drops as he keeps going, voice steady but heavy. "It's not just debates. It's dating, marriage, all of it too risky. Too much to lose in current environment. We're living in now. Seen friends wrecked by one accusation. True or not, it sticks permanently. Systems stacked against men. So a lot of guys just checked out completely. Smart move now is stay single, keep circles small, stick to gym and guys. At least that way nothing can be taken from you." He finishes. Feel room tilting, like hearing foreign language I don't understand. Ask. "So that's it? You just give up on relationships entirely?" He shakes head slowly and says, "No, we're protecting ourselves." Different thing, worst part is he's not angry. Not emotional at all, just calm. Tired like this most obvious thing in world to him now. Hate seeing him like this, want him to shout slam fist care about this. Instead, just sits there with drained look, like life wrung out of him. Do what I always do, and push harder to get reaction. Tell him he sounds pathetic, what's scared of little old me. Afraid I'll ruin you with one wrong word, that's cowardice talking. No wonder men are so spineless now, can't handle anything. His eyes flicker, but he doesn't rise to bait at all. That scares me more than if he had gotten angry back. Keep going. Voice cracking now with desperation showing through. Tell him he doesn't even love me. Does he? Because if he did, he'd fight for this. He'd fight me. He'd care enough to argue. He rubs back of neck and exhales long and slow, like rehearsing. Says, "I used to fight because I thought it meant something real. We'd argue, cool off, then make up and be closer for it. But lately, I'm just anxious all the time around you constantly. Wrong word and you twist it into threat against you somehow. Don't make me ruin you. Don't push me. You'll regret it. You don't know how much that sticks," he says, looking at me. "How heavy it feels when person you love talks like that regularly. Open mouth to argue, to tell him he's exaggerating everything. But words die in throat because I had said those things exactly. Half joking, half not. Little digs I thought would scare him into shape." He leans back, shaking head softly with sad expression now. Says, "I don't feel safe here anymore. Not safe to argue ever. Not safe to slip up. Not safe to just be myself with you. Don't want to live like that, constantly walking on eggshells forever." Chest goes cold as I ask, "What are you saying exactly?" He stands up, walks to counter and sets his house key down. Sound of metal on stone louder than any fight we ever had. Says, "I'm saying I can't do this anymore. Already found place. Moving out this weekend, coming back for rest of my stuff." Laugh sharp and desperate, "You're really leaving because I argued too much." He looks at me one last time and says, "No, that's not it. Leaving because arguing with you stopped feeling like love long ago. Just feels like fear now all the time, every single day." Then he walks out, door shuts behind him without slam. No shouted word trailing after him, just silence filling apartment. Sit there in empty apartment, realizing what just happened to me. Finally won the argument. But there's no one left to lose to anymore. Spent years perfecting art of winning debates with men, proving points. Now sitting alone, surrounded by victories that feel hollow and meaningless. Weeks pass, and pattern becomes clearer everywhere I look around. Quality men aren't avoiding feminism itself or strong women exactly. They're avoiding constant evaluation and lectures from strangers immediately. Successful professional men don't want every conversation politicized before connection. Kind, respectful guys feel prejudged as oppressors before showing who they are. Emotionally mature men want partners who see them as individuals first, always. Healthy men seek connection based on mutual interest, not political conversion constantly. Good men avoid women who weaponize ideology in every single social interaction. Realize I've been treating men as political categories rather than actual people. Saw every interaction as opportunity to educate about feminist issues only. Prioritized activism over authentic human connection in all social contexts always. Made ideology my entire personality instead of part of who I am. Filtered potential relationships through political compatibility before personal compatibility, even. Lost ability to connect genuinely because everything became ideological assessment immediately. Understand now that leading with ideology instead of personality was barrier. Quality men want to date women not walking political manifestos constantly. Feminist values can be part of relationship without being first thing discussed. Connection and compatibility matter more than immediate political alignment initially. Good men open to learning and growing after establishing genuine relationship. My aggressive approach prevented connection that allows actual influence later. 3 months later, working on different approach to life and relationships. Still feminists still believe in equality and women's rights deeply, but learning to lead with personality and curiosity instead of politics first. Asking questions about people's lives without immediate political analysis overlay. Saving deeper conversations for after establishing genuine connection with someone first. Notice immediate difference in how men respond to changed approach now. Professional men engage longer when I show genuine curiosity about them. Single guys actually ask for my number when I'm not lecturing them. Dates flow naturally about shared interests and life experiences together, starting to build actual connections instead of political confrontations constantly. Learned painful lesson about difference between having values and weaponizing them. Can stand for equality without making every man feel attacked immediately. Quality men open to learning and growing after establishing trust first. Aggressive approach prevented connection that allows actual influence later on. Spent years pushing away exactly the men I wanted to attract, while convincing myself their departure proved my strength and their weakness. Now, understand their boundaries, protected them from my toxic communication pattern. They weren't intimidated by strong women. They were exhausted by constant attacks.